December 21st, 1939. Moscow is celebrating. Glasses are raised in the Kremlin. Speeches are made. Toasts are offered. Joseph Stalin turned 60. In the Soviet Union, a leader's birthday is never private. It is political, symbolic, a measure of power. The war against Finland was meant to provide that symbol. A quick victory, a crushed resistance, a new border. A birthday gift. But far from the red halls of Moscow, in the frozen forests of Finland, that promise has failed. The gift never arrived. The Soviet invasion of Finland was not only a military operation, it was a political guarantee. Stalin had been told that Finland would collapse quickly, that its army would break, that its government would flee. Helsinki was expected to fall. Viipuri was expected to fall. The war was expected to end before winter could matter. But winter mattered. By December 21st, the front lines were frozen in place. The advance had stalled, losses had mounted, and reports from the battlefield had grown fewer. In the Soviet system, silence is dangerous. On this particular day, Soviet commanders were afraid. No one wanted to report failure. No one wanted to admit mistakes. No one dared to order a retreat. Not on Stalin's birthday. Political fear replaced military judgment. Decisions were postponed. Responsibility was avoided. That hesitation cost lives. In Suomi, entire Soviet units were surrounded. Relief forces existed. Men, weapons, and supplies were available. But movement required orders, and orders required courage. So nothing moved. Fear was stronger than strategy. The Soviet Union attempted one final measure. Supply drops from the air. Bread, chocolate, hard biscuits. Food for starving troops trapped in forests and snow. It was meant as relief. It was also meant as symbolism, a gesture appropriate for a celebration. But nature did not cooperate. The wind changed. Most of the supplies drifted away from their intended targets. Some landed in no man's land. Many fell directly into Finnish positions. Soviet soldiers watched, hungry and exhausted, as their enemy collected the food meant to keep them alive. On the Finnish side, the experience of the war looked very different. Finnish soldiers were cold, often under-equipped, often outnumbered, but they were not confused about why they were fighting. This was their land, their forests, their homes. They were defending villages, roads, and frozen lakes they had known all their lives. After holding defensive positions, especially at summer, Finnish commanders began to reassess the situation. The enemy had not broken through, the line had held. Confidence began to grow. Not optimism, not arrogance, confidence. The understanding that the Red Army could be stopped, that it could be slowed, that it could be divided. In the north, small Finnish units moved silently through forests on skis in white camouflage. They did not attack head-on. They cut supply lines. They struck from the sides. They vanished into the trees. Encirclements formed, one after another. What the Finns called motis. Large enemy formations isolated, starving, and unable to maneuver. The Red Army, designed for speed and mass, found itself trapped by terrain, weather, and an opponent that refused to fight by expected rules. December 21st, 1939, was meant to be a day of triumph. Instead, it became a day of hesitation, a day when orders were not given, a day when reports were softened or delayed, a day when political fear paralyzed military action. For the Finns, it marked something else. The realization that survival was possible, and perhaps that victory was not unthinkable. The consequences of this day were only beginning to unfold.